Hey friends, welcome back to the Procrastination Solution Podcast, where we get real about what's holding you back and how to move forward with purpose, clarity, and a solid plan for success. I am your host, Nilo, and I help women just like yourself overcome procrastination for good and achieve your goals. So here's a question for you today. What can you do in just 10 minutes? The answer: more than you think. So let's talk about this. We often overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can do in just 10 minutes of focused time, right? So I want to share with you research by Dr. BJ Fogg from Stanford University. So go to his website, tinyhabits.com. He has a book titled Tiny Habits: The Small Changes That Change Everything. So he teaches that tiny habits create sustainable change. You don't need a 3-hour block to start a new habit or complete a task. You need a moment of momentum. So in fact, he says, quote, "The most effective way to change behavior is to start small," end quote. So 10 minutes is the perfect container for small, right? And you might be wondering, why a 10-minute window works so well for our brains. Well, when you tell your brain, we're just going to do this for 10 minutes, it removes resistance. You're not committing to a marathon. You're committing to momentum. And according to a study from Ohio State University, people who started a task, even for just a few minutes, were significantly more likely to finish it later, right? So that's the biggest reason to actually start. You're more likely to finish that task later. It will stay, it won't stay as long on your to-do list. It won't stay for days, weeks, or months. Now, let me just give you a few specific examples of what you can get done actually in 10 minutes in different areas of your life or different parts of your life, right? So at home, you can clean out a drawer. Could be a sock drawer, a drawer in the kitchen, the junk drawer, the silverware drawer. You can start a load of laundry. You can move laundry from washer to dryer. You could even fold a load of laundry if you're not being, too picky, or if it's not like a massive load. You can wipe down kitchen counters, organize your bag or your purse. Take a look at what's coming up for the next few weeks or days on your calendar, and put notifications for yourself in your calendar on your phone, or somewhere where you can see reminders. You can prep one meal item or like ingredients for several items, like chopping veggies or marinating the meat. For work, for example, or business, you can answer, a few emails with pretty thoughtful responses, 2 to 3 emails. You can organize your digital desktop or your calendar, plan out your top 3 tasks for the day. You can even draft a, quick outline of a blog or a podcast episode for your business, or even record a 10-minute live video to connect with your audience for your business. And if you actually make this part of your morning routine, this is beneficial for your mind and body as well. So meditating or praying for 10 minutes, taking a quick walk, watering your plants, sitting outside, journaling for a few minutes, listening to the sounds of nature, doing a body scan, stretching. These are just a few examples. And, as I was sharing this with you, one thing that came to mind was that some of these things are like, those open loops that we just need to close, right? So we may not think some of these smaller items might take so much brain space, but they are. We are processing this stuff in the back of our brains. You are thinking about, what you're going to be eating for dinner tonight or tomorrow night. So that meal prep, 10 minutes, taking that time to prep the meal, that will close that loop for you. That will free up your brain to focus deeply on something else. You are thinking about that load of laundry that needs to be switched, or, certain clothes that you might need for the next day, or that is a loop that is running in your brain. That's a thought that's running. You may not be thinking about it actively, but it is in the back of your mind. So when you close some of these loops, you take 10 minutes and you do some of this, you are actually mentally decluttering. You're getting rid of some things that you have to do anyway, right? That are constantly there. And what it does, it gives you this huge sense of accomplishment. Like, so many things are off of your to-do list when you do these things that might seem small but are very important, right? So another fun fact for you here is that psychologists have found that our brains remember unfinished tasks better than finished ones. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. I think I'm saying that right. It's spelled Zeigarnik. So it's named after Bluma Zeigarnik, a Soviet psychologist who discovered that people tend to remember unfinished or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. So this is one reason we feel like a mental itch when something on our to-do list is left incomplete. Once you start something, even if it's for just 10 minutes, your brain wants to finish it. It nags you in the best way possible. That's why you often find yourself just starting something, and then 30 minutes into it, you're really deep into it, right? You're working on it for much longer than the 10 minutes you may have given it. So that's the Zeigarnik effect doing its thing in our brain. And, one of the biggest lies that you might believe about yourself, this is something I used to believe about myself, was I don't have enough time to make it worth starting. But 10 minutes a day equals to 70 minutes a week. If it is, let's just say it is decluttering. Let's say that is like your biggest goal, to declutter certain part of the house or rooms or whatever. Let's say that is, becoming more flexible. Let's say that is lifting weights, at home, or, doing some sort of a mindfulness activity. 70 minutes a week beats 0, right? So if you did 10 minutes a day of any of these activities, 70 minutes a week, that is a significant amount of time, right? And that's like, if you think about it over a year, that's 60 hours a year. So one thing that I ask, my clients to remember is action beats perfection every single time. Every time that you take action, you are moving forward. You are inching forward. And today it might be 10 minutes. Tomorrow it might be 11 and a half, right? Next week it might be 15. And that's how momentum builds. Right? So this week, I want to challenge you to pick one task, one goal, right? One thing that's been nagging at you, and just commit 10 minutes to it. Set a timer, remove distractions, and then notice how it feels to move forward, even a little bit, right? And small steps create momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence helps you create follow-through on everything in life, not just your goal. It's every single thing. All of a sudden you find yourself taking your car to get the oil change on time, right? You don't have to be reminded. You don't have to freak out that you're like 2,000 miles over. It's something that you just do, right? You just become. And confidence, to me, is like this magical thing because it creates a strong sense of self. You begin to believe in yourself harder, that you can follow through, even if it's for short bursts of time. So you can follow through, right? Now, I would love to hear what you do with your 10 minutes this week. So please DM me at Nilo Burke Coaching on Instagram, and let me know how this week goes for you. Like, what are your wins this week, right? So let's go into this week remembering that 10 minutes is all it takes to move out of procrastination and into progress. All right, friends, have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you on Thursday. Bye.